Welcome to Local SEO in 10. This is your go-to podcast for answers about how you can grow your local business online easily and quickly. Brought to you by local SEO experts Magnified Media in Walnut Creek, California. In each 10-minute episode, our digital marketing expert Adam Duran answers your questions on how you can get more leads for your business fast. Remember, if you're not taking care of this part of your business right now, you can bet your competitors are. And now, here's our host with the questions, Jamie Duran, and our expert with the answers, Adam Duran.
Hello, Adam.
Hey, Jamie.
Oh my gosh, what a week already. What today is Thursday? Okay, good. what's happening this week? You said you have a lot to get to, so let's get started.
In September, there was a lot of stuff happening with Google in the news and SEO and how it relates to local businesses. So that's kind of the purpose of these monthly installments. The first week of every month, we try and do like a news roundup. And there was a lot of news in September and now leading into October. Yes, even more. So they're pretty connected. First one. Did you know that Google updates in the background every few months or so their search engine algorithm?
I thought it was every couple minutes.
Nope. They do. They're called core updates. And in September, they had a core update that they rolled out over a 2-week time. And what that did was shake up a lot of the top rankings. So if you're a business and you're doing your SEO, your organic SEO, you should have been writing articles that help your potential customers. So it answers their questions all throughout whatever category you have on Google. And that was the purpose of this last update. And that was to focus on that helpful content, not content specifically made for SEO. And so there is a big nuance there. Or I don't know if it's that nuanced. It's a big difference. I'm sure you have clicked on some results on Google and only to find some gobbledygook of answer written. Who knows if they could speak English or not, but it's bad and it's ranking. That's an example of the content that Google doesn't want to rank. And so if you've been doing that on your website, you probably were really hurt by this update, and you will continue to be hurt because in October, they're focusing even more on there's another weirdly, today is October 5th, and October 4th, they announced another core update, which is pretty rare. They generally don't do these monthly. So in any case, if you've seen a ranking dip, that means your site went from 5,000 visits a month down to 2,000 visits a month. That's something you should take a look at, and take a look at how your content is being created, because you want to have it be very as helpful as possible and not full of gobbledygook. Mm-hmm. Sound good?
Yeah. I know you have a lot to go through. Can I ask a very quick question?
Go for it.
All right. So you mentioned content. If you switched from, say, written FAQs to video FAQs, and then had those videos on YouTube, which is a part of Google, would that help your SEO ranking based on any of those changes?
If you host those videos on your website and you embed those videos on your web, on the pages of your site. So that way, when people are on your site, that's increasing the dwell time of your site, and Google tracks that. That dwell time is the time they spend on a page. And so, if you have a bunch of videos that are all on one subject, that's okay. I would, at the bottom of that page, have some written content that reinforces it. Maybe have a table of contents at the top of the page that goes through at least the titles and maybe a short blurb on every video. Got it. So that way the search engine, when it does crawl that page, there's written content for it to try and understand what that page is about.
Thank you.
All right. Next. I don't know if you know, there's a U.S. antitrust lawsuit against Google.
U.S. No, I've heard of European ones.
And it's the U.S. Justice Department. So last month, whole month of September, I mean, there were almost daily updates from this trial because various experts are taking the stand, and some of the stuff is pretty mind blowing. Maybe you've heard one of their biggest complaints that the Justice Department has is Google is paying third parties to be the default search engine on those third party projects or products. Sorry, so like Apple. Guess how much Google is paying per year for this just to become the default search engine on those products?
$10 trillion.
Almost, but no, 10 billion a year.
Peanuts for them.
10 billion in licensing just so on your iPhone. Wow. It comes with the Google search engine is your default search. So
incorrect. Safari is the browser, right? So then I don't have any dumb Apple products.
Right. Dumb Apple products. That's why they love it. Yeah, the search engine. So not the browser. Google doesn't really care about the browser. Of course they want you to have Chrome, but the search engine they want you to use, of course, is Google. So, and why do they want that? Why does that default position so important? Is because what they showed, one of the claims during one of the experts stood up and they talked about it took them 11 steps to make Bing the chosen search engine for their product, so for their phone, and that's 11 steps of friction. Now it's not a one click change, not a big deal. 11 clicks, and you're asking your mom or your grandma to do this. Not gonna happen, right?
I have a question about my iPhone.
That's bad. So this is this is part of the lawsuit, and other stuff we're finding on this lawsuit that Bing. Probably you've heard Bing is a search engine as well. Microsoft's basically, they've said over the last 20 years, they've put over $100 billion into their search engine, and
not enough.
They conceded that Google is way better. And that's bad, right? So, and they basically just have said it's too good, and we have no way to compete with it. And
I wish they would have asked me.
Well, so all of these deals that Google has make, according to the Justice Department, of course, make this an unfair playing field, and that's what basically this lawsuit is about. So, that is crazy. During this trial, also, Google let it be known that they quietly increase their pricing without telling advertisers. So if you're a local business and you're paying for Google ads, they can quietly, without telling you, of course, that everything got a little more expensive for your ads. And really, as the advertiser, you have no way of knowing. Other than when Jamie, maybe you don't know, but when you set up a Google Ads account and you're going to bid for words, it's an instant auction, meaning if I want to pay $5 to be shown above my competition, and my competitor wants to pay $5.01, Google's going to sell that $5.01. And basically that auction it's 24 hours a day. It's going all the time. And so Google, it maximizes obviously Google's revenue by doing so. But behind the scenes, when they admit that they can quietly tweak those prices, we are kind of trusting them not to do that. But yeah, this is in quotes, they say during this lawsuit, they frequently tweak those prices. Jesus.
So how is their stock price not like $1 million a share? Because holy moly,
I don't know.
Sounds like it's the biggest money machine ever created.
Yeah, and they're not transparent, of course. They won't tell you what your competitor named whatever is paying for this ad. They'll only say, your competitors are averaging this, right? And,
yep.
And now they're saying that might not even be true. And they're saying that they could it could be up to 10%, that they've raised prices behind the scenes by up to 10% on big ad accounts, that is amazing. Or even for the average local business like ours, like we're talking to here, 5%. So that sucks, obviously.
That's not even Biden inflation.
Yeah.
It's a deal.
It says that Google tends not to tell advertisers about pricing changes. Surprise. Oh my gosh. And so the reason the Justice Department is involved in this is because if Google can do these things, that is unfair competition, right? It's crushing the competitors from even touching that. So, oh boy.
Definitely not, but I would have ruled in Google's favor because
what
you said right at the beginning. Microsoft said, yeah, we tried, we spent a ton of money and we're not even close. So that's just somebody built a better buggy whip, and someone will build a better, ChatGPT is now integrated with Bing as their kind of please let this work. And
yes, and Google has their own Bard, which they also came out last month and said that when you're using Bard, some of those conversations are getting indexed by Google, even though it could be like a private conversation and not meant for. The craziest part. Yeah. So
this is free for everybody. So it's so funny, that they're paying all this money for quote unquote free search engine. So that's ingenious. Yep. Now I'm sold. I got to go buy some more Google stock. Thanks, Adam.
Yeah. When just like we always say, Jamie, whenever something is free, it means that you are the product.
That is true.
So yeah,
I'm a good product. I use it all the time. Thank you. Thank you,
also,
Google.
Some upcoming news or some newish news. What I thought was pretty cool was Facebook announced in the European Union, at least, they're going to start allowing people to purchase Facebook accounts, so they can now buy their own Facebook account, so they never have to see ads. Which is, when we're talking about advertising, Facebook and all that stuff. Imagine the difference it would be if you paid for Google or paid for Facebook without ads. So you would not, and YouTube, you would not be targeted by these companies anymore. You would be outside of their reach, which would be pretty interesting. That'd be an interesting world, I think some of us might like to inhabit.
My wife will sign up today.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. That would have an effect, obviously, on local businesses who should understand if they can't reach their customers with ads, they're going to have to do it organically. That SEO part of what we do, right?
And they'll have to do a good job, and then get people to recommend them and make videos, just like you've been saying this entire time. So
exactamundo. All right, that's all I got.
Very good. Okay, well, thank you, Adam. This has been the podcast of the year, in my opinion, award-winning. You get the Jamie seal of approval, and you are now in the Local SEO in 10 Hall of Fame for this podcast. So great job. Woo. So if you are a new listener, obviously there's some really great information. Go to our website, magnifiedmedia.net. There's a podcast button, and you can browse through all the past episodes. Each one is supposed to be 10 minutes, but they might go a little longer. In any event, share this with anyone you know that is certainly investing in Google Ads or any kind of online advertising. They'll learn all about their search engine optimization for their local market and how to get the most out of it. And then definitely give us 5 stars wherever you're listening to this podcast. We appreciate it, and it gets us out to more and more people. So with that, we will talk to you next week. Thanks, everybody.
That's all for now. Thanks for listening to this episode of Local SEO in 10 with Google local marketing expert Adam Duran. Join us each week for answers to your questions on how to best harness the power of the internet to grow your business. Speaking of questions, got some? Message us through our Facebook page, Local SEO in 10, and we'll be sure to give you your answer on an upcoming episode. This episode of Local SEO in 10 is brought to you by Magnified Media, the leading online marketing agency in Northern California, who invite you to grow your business by magnifying your online visibility and credibility. Visit them on the web at www.magnifiedmedia.com. Magnify your business, magnify your profits.